good morning, everybody from Houston. This is our strategist, John and Bogdan.
Good morning, everybody. Glad you could join us.
It's a beautiful, chilly morning here in Houston. I don't know how it is around the world, but shiny or raining, we are here sharing whatever, what we love. So, John, before we start showing everybody what we have for them today, can you do some housekeeping?
Absolutely. Good morning, everybody. A couple of things that I wanted to point out. As usual, we are broadcasting on Zoom, which allows both Bogdan and I to be in separate places when we're talking. And the problem with that is, of course, when you're looking at us on Facebook, there is a delay. So please realize that if we're not responding, it's not necessarily that we're ignoring you. We just probably haven't seen you yet. Also, if you're on Facebook, if you could say hello in the chat, then we know who is actually out there in the world, and we can say hello. And secondly, the whole point of Art Chat is to share the kind of creative work that Bogdan and I do. We have lots of venues where we talk about our art business. This is about where we just talk about our art and the things that we're creating, the things that we've created, and where we're going with our art business. So,
if you are an artist watching us, hopefully you're gonna get inspired.
Hopefully, yeah. You could say, "My God, if they can do it, anyone can." But
I mean, creating art, it's a business as well. You have to make it work.
And the other thing I was going to say is, when you buy art, when you see it and you fall in love with it. So if there's a piece that you see here is for sale, and we can get it to you wherever you live. So just wanted to get those things out of the way, and delighted that you're here.
Listen, we have fantastic works to share with you today, and a lot of other exhibitions and news. So saying that, let's switch to our presentation and start the show. So the very first two pieces are, one, it's mine, which is a ink and gold foil called Lidikoatit. I don't know how to pronounce it very well. And the other one, it's a new piece. It's a, how do you call this? A what?
A triptych.
A triptych of John's. And it's brand new.
A brand spanking new. I just signed them last night.
Now, you guys, if you watched this chat before, this is not something new. I have shared with you this image, but now we have an exhibition here at Silver City Studios called Golden Fingers. And what we've done, actually, we curated a lot of gold, a lot of works that contain gold. And so the two pieces I'm going to share with you today are from the same series, and this is called Lidikoatit, and it's an ink and gold foil. It's an edition of 10, and if you want frame, I have a frame version. If you just want the piece of paper, it can be sold as a piece of paper as well. Now these are my how do I call this? The relaxation sort of art. When I need to think of something else, or to clean my brains of other things, I draw. I do ink drawings. So this is a series. It's a big series actually. That some look at mineral and various minerals, and I do an abstraction of them. And this is a fluor Lidikoatit, and this is my version. And here I got a crystal of it just to show you how it looks like, and where did I go with that. And I think they are.
And are these are hand done?
The actual ink, it's ink, it's hand done. And then to create these 10 editions, I had to scan it on a high resolution and then print it on archival pigment print paper, and then manually add the gold around. And I think they are very modern and very sharp. it feels like an office or a contemporary living room. And I have it actually, I think actually here before I go. Let me see. You see? And
really sharp.
Yeah, and I mean, of course, this is a 16 by 20 frame, but it can be framed in a larger frame if you want more space in between the artwork and the actual frame. But I thought this is plenty for now, and I do have some editions left in the studio and frame, so you can apply the design you want. Let's get
so
back.
Really, just to clarify, so these are additions,
Yes.
but each one is going to be individual because they've been embellished.
Yes. I mean,
the two will be embellished exactly the same way.
yeah, they look the same, but they are not the same because, you know, the gold and the foil applies different, you know, they ain't gonna be, they just look the same, but they have their own properties.
Right. So they're that embellishment, that hand embellishment, that makes them unique. And I got to say, I mean, I liked them before you embellished them. Very strong graphic and very modern, like you said, very kind of minimalist. And then when you added the embellishments, the gold, it was just, I think they're stunning.
And I have another similar one that match this one that I'm gonna show just slightly later in the show. Just as sharp and as beautiful as this one. Let's see.
Nice.
You want to talk about your triptych?
Yeah, sure. I just started these. I was looking for new work because I haven't done anything in the last month to put out. So I created this triptych. I just started playing with it. Typical of me, I don't have any idea where this is going when I start, but I said, okay, I can get 3 on my wall, so I'm going to do a triptych. And they function individually or they function together. It just depends on how you want to display them. But I call the whole thing Orion's Belt. There are 3 stars in Orion's Belt, and this has this kind of snake thing going through it. Somebody said it looked like a board game, but I think they turned out really nice. There's lots and lots of layers. There's a lot going on, and as I often say, there's an experience you have of a painting when you're, you know, across the room, and when you get up close, there's still another experience through the details and the undercoats. So I think it turned out really well. I've got them here. They're all 36 by 24 inches. So they're kind of,
they're a little more brighter than your pictures, but I'll have to photograph this today to present them in a better light. Yes, very nice. Very playful.
The colors are nice.
Very colorful. Are you going to put the frames or that's optional?
I'm going to leave them unframed because if that way, if people want to display them all together, they can, or if they want to space them out, or people may only be interested by one of the 3. But maybe one day they can be framed. I don't really care. And they are painted around the edges just in case, so you don't really have to have a frame.
So you're going to keep them in here for this Saturday? We have
absolutely, and for the Goldfinger for our exhibition this month, and then I'd like to submit them for the big show, the Lawndale show here in Houston.
So again, for those one who do not know, we have an open Saturday, the second Saturday, right? This coming Saturday here at the Silver Sea Studios, and both John Studios 108 and my studio 111 will be open for general public. And
as well as everything else on campus.
Everything else, yes. And if you guys wanna stop by, please do. We'll love to see you. And we have a lot of work. Actually, my whole studio at this time it's kind of empty all of a sudden because I have work all over. And
lots of exhibitions
on various shows, including frame shop.
Mhm.
So let's talk quickly about Goldfingers. The exhibition is up and is going to run for the whole month of March here in Silver Sea Studio in Suite 108. And we have a reception on March 17, and that's from 5 o'clock?
From 5 to 8. That also happens to be St. Patrick's Day. And so you see the gold is the leprechaun with the end of the rainbow. There's a pot of gold. Yeah, you get it? So there's a lot going on there. So we thought we'd do the gold theme. And we certainly seem to have a lot of work with gold in it. So that works out fine. Should be fun. Yeah, we've got the reception coming up. The exhibition will run all month long. And those are nice.
And the surprise of this month, because of the leprechauns, we have a special order of our book, which is Andy and the Leprechaun. And John wrote actually the story, and I illustrated it. So, who is this book for, generally?
I tested it out, third grade. It's better, older too, but the story is fairly long. So when you get too young, they can enjoy the pictures. But you want a kid who's going to really enjoy the story, about a third grade level.
Anyway, it took me a while to illustrate the book, but I think the result is fabulous. I like it now very much.
It is our bestseller.
So guys,
unfortunately, we tend to only sell it around St. Patrick's Day. So.
Guys, if you want to collect another thing from us, this is a collectible, Andy and the Leprechaun. How much is one book?
Yeah, $10.
$10. So come over to the studio and get your copy. That'll be fantastic. So let's
buy it online.
Let's switch to the presentation and remind everyone that we are actually in a show in Spring Street Studios here in Houston. The Art Celebrates the Story. It's a huge exhibition over there. And
lots of artists.
It features artists from Sawyer Yards mostly. And they have a reception on Saturday, March 19 from 6 to 8. And that would be another beautiful things if you can stop by and have a lovely evening together. Now the promise,
nice show.
The promised vlog is finally out. It took us.
Hi guys, and welcome to a new edition.
About a week and a half.
Yeah,
to get them out.
There was so much going on. You kind of limited. I mean, you can't just do house huntings, art, business, and keep up with everything else. But we finally.
I tell you, we'd also do things and then realize we never took the camera out. We're like, oh no.
Yeah, it happens. I mean, it's like when you get tired, it's exhausting. But the vlog is out, and the next one is on work as well. Now you can check me as well on Bogdan Photo Art for a new video. It's an excerpt from the main vlog, and it's really about making of Glory, a new piece I just completed, and I actually sent it to the framer yesterday.
Wow, it's enormous, and I love it.
It's not this. The Glory is not the biggest one. The Silence is the biggest one, and I'll share that in just a second. But before we do that, we want to thank everybody for being here today, for following us, for supporting us, for house hunting with us. There's a lot of friends out there like Lydia who sent me a message this morning. I have a break right now at work. Let me know what are the specs, the house you're looking for. Thank you, Lydia. So
and Frank is helping us out too.
everybody, yes, and Frank is sending us everything that comes his way and he thinks is good. Thank you guys for house hunting with us. This is a hard thing, isn't it? I didn't think
yes and no. I mean, it's stressful, and it's funny because it ought not be. It should be exciting, but yeah, it's stressful.
Now, the tenants
not in any particular hurry.
Now,
but this market, a place is gone the same day it lists. So if you're not in a hurry, you miss out.
However, we are not living on the street. We still have a roof above the head, so that isn't a problem. When it happens, it's going to happen. But tenants exhibition, it's extended to March 20th, and we all decided to have a closing reception on March 18 from actually 5 to 8 p.m. So if you are in town, please do come over. We actually, the group of tenants decided to put this announcement on public radio as well. So we expect a lot of people on March 18.
It's a lovely exhibition.
It's a lovely exhibition, yes.
And it's about to end, so we get one more chance to bring people by to see it.
These are a few images for the opening reception. I think it was a great success to begin with, but
absolutely,
we're looking forward to just a spectacular closing event as well.
And the whole idea is that 10 of the tenants here at the building were chosen to do that particular exhibition. So it's quite an honor to be asked.
Now we do have Houston Forever exhibition going all the way to April 10. I haven't been there since the opening. I need to stick my nose one of these days to see how everything is now. But yeah, this is a fabulous exhibition here in Houston, downtown Houston on 111 Russ Street, and that used to be the old Mexico building. And you guys, if you haven't yet visited, you should go. It's worth. It's an experience, and the exhibition is beautiful. The space is beautiful. There's nothing to lose, really.
It's a great show, and it's quite eclectic and a whole different vibe from a lot of the others that we participate in. Very edgy, very young, very hip.
Now actively, I'm sorry, I'm getting ready for the art fair. I told you that I have two new pieces, these two new sculptural that are a little oversized, and I am considering taking them with me, as well as some photographs from the Inheritance series. And when I'm saying huge, this is the Silence, it's called Silence. It was work in progress over here when it was on the table in pieces.
Like dinosaur bones.
And this like dinosaur bones. Actually, there are kind of a bones in there. Mm-hmm. And here is the completed work, and the Shantia, the Artist Frame Resources, will have to deal with this. So yeah, it's a lot. Just because they are so large, they would have to be framed with acrylic for security reasons. And you know how that acrylic is, like a magnet of dust. So
that's true.
It's to deal with that size. You need a gold medal, and I know she's gonna do it. Now, you've been working on this piece for the last 2 weeks, right? And finally...
Yeah, at least, yeah. I was working pretty steady, and then we got all involved in the house, and I kind of backed off it. But sometimes that's good. You get a bit of a break. I think they turned out really well.
I think so too. So moving forward to the next two pieces we prepare for today, it's Starter Right, as I said. It's from the same series as Lidicoatite. Is this how you pronounce that? I have to check.
I say Lididicite, but I could be wrong. I am off.
We'll have to ask Carol. Carol's a friend of ours, and she is a geologist at her geologist, and yeah, she will have to help us with that. And yours is Summer Garden. God, I need that summer. Where is it? I'm ready for summer, John.
Summary is
So
basically.
this is Sartorite. It's exactly the same ink, ink drawings and applied gold foil around. This is again an edition of 10, and there's actually 9 left. One of them is coming with frame. The other ones are unframed, but it is really up to you. If you want a frame version, it's a $400 listed, and I believe it's $300 without the frame. But I'm gonna take it off here so that I can share this with you. Look how sharp this is.
Really nice. And again, it looked great before, but when you put it in the gold, it just really pops.
Yeah, and it's
very elegant,
very elegant, very simple in a way, very clean. How do you call that? Minimalist in a way. It fits in every environment.
It's very, very nice.
And it's done. I told you that I do some ink drawings anytime I'm need to relax, and that mostly happened when I'm having my coffee in the morning and I'm waiting for John to get ready for the day, and waiting. And this is how
it takes work to look like this.
Yeah, and this is how I complete this series, by waiting after John. And then
I'm glad I could help your art career.
Yeah, I'm glad. Now you have to sell them. All right, let's get back to the presentation and see what's there. So this is my interpretation. This is how a Sartorite mineral looks like, and this is my kind of abstract approach. It's very detailed and very lovely, very clean lines, all hand drawings. I really, really love these ones. They're very, very sharp.
Very nice.
But let's bring some colors in.
There's my summer garden. I did this one. It's also a 36 by 24. Again, love that splatter. Very, very often find me with splatters on there. I love the color green. I was a gardener most of my adult life and had to kind of give it up when we moved abroad. But yeah, I just love the movement. I love the color. There's energy there. It's like buzzes with energy. So it's got quite a lot going on, and looks really good. I've got it here. Again, not a small piece.
Very beautiful. And it's so colorful. Those colors, the greens and the yellows are just magnificent together.
And then the gold just pops right on out.
Mm.
But I find it really, really pleasant and calming and fresh. I just really like it. And then again, it does have that movement and power to it as well. So anyway, that's it. Just a absolute kind of explosion on the canvas. So I really enjoy it.
Now, pretty much this is what we have for this week, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the pieces, and if you like what you've seen, get in touch with us or come and visit us anytime. Basically, we're here. Especially,
we can go to Scotland and see Gillian in person.
Yes.
Yeah.
That. Yeah.
Things are going great in Scotland. I toured Scotland, and when I was years ago when I was living in California, went to Scotland, and it was sunny and warm and no rain, and I thought, what is everybody complaining about? It was like California.
No leprechauns? Did you have any leprechauns experiences?
I did look for the Loch Ness Monster, but I did not find it.
Anyway, so guys, come and visit us this Saturday. We are open from, we're here basically from 10 o'clock in the morning all the way to 5 o'clock in the evening. Would love to see you. If you wander around the city, stop by. We'll have some wine. We have some new things to show you, and as well a lot to chat as usual.
Absolutely, and check us out online. We've got our web pages, we've got our social media, we've got the blog and the podcast, and just check us out.
Yes. We do have a lot of channels. Again, we have a YouTube channel for our usual vlog, which is under John Bishop Fine Art. I have my own channel, Bogdan Photo Art, where you can find my how I work these pieces out. You can follow us in any of the Facebook pages or Instagram, or just give us a call and stop by. So saying this, we're gonna have to close up the show, right?
Absolutely. You guys have a great week. Stay creative. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you very, very soon.
Excellent. Thank you, guys. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.